Hello and welcome back to No Bullshit. Today we're talking about YouTube again. Well, briefly, and then we'll get to the video for a review. I figured since I've talked at length about all the things YouTube doesn't allow on its website, like conservative commentators, supposedly controversial videos about, say, politics, religion, especially anything critical of Islam. Those are all no-nos. Hell, this week even, YouTube is taking down videos about the Charlottesville riots. And coincidentally, they're only taking down the ones that refute the current mainstream narrative of it was all violent, racist, white supremacists' fault. Any video that shows what really happened on the ground there, like how the left-wing Antifa protesters came in with weapons starting fights, well, YouTube will promptly shut those truths down right away. Anything to keep the leftists in charge there happy, right? Well, I think we talked enough about what YouTube is taking down. Now let's talk about something they're putting up. Here's an example of a video YouTube is promoting on its Twitter today. The tweet reads, "What happens when you know you're not a boy, ... or a girl?" Wait, what? I don't know. Maybe they're a dog or a helicopter or something? I'm not really sure what happens. Let's read on. The rest says, "Why they and them pronouns matter." Oh, okay. I see what's going on here. YouTube is promoting yet another gender binary, queer, tranny, asexual, LGBTQRS special snowflake. I guess that whole LGBT Pride Month this summer just wasn't enough. Alright, well, let's see what this Cosmo magazine video has to offer, I guess.
The pronouns he and she can kind of feel like a box or a trap, where they come with all of this baggage. And for me, the gender-neutral pronouns they, them don't come with that baggage.
Well, I guess that depends on who you ask. Most people don't think benign words like he and she have very much baggage at all. They're just pronouns, dude. They're used instead of saying someone's name all the time. That's it. And on the flip side, they and them can have lots of baggage if you look into it too much, which is what this guy is doing. Or should I say what this thing is doing? They and them can be used to other people or groups that are unliked or even evil. For example, in the 1988 movie They Live, they is used to describe the aliens invading Earth and taking over people's bodies. They can be used to other people, and in this case, the aliens. So basically what we got here is someone who's claiming their personal problems with being called he or she are problems or baggage for everyone, when they're really not. Genderqueer are a very important part of the 0.3% of the population who's transgender. Right, they're so important and relevant that they're a fraction of a percent. There's probably more people watching the WNBA game tonight than there are genderqueers in the whole damn country, just to give an example. And that should really show you how relevant this whole transgender push is on YouTube. They're propping up gays and trannies and pushing this shit out there on the daily for what? A group that represents a fraction of a percent? While at the same time, YouTube is censoring and shutting down conservatives, Christians, and the alt-right, people who make up over half the fucking country. It's just ridiculous.
I always say that my life was perfect for about 3 seconds until the nurse looked down and said, "It's a boy." My ability to choose what makes sense for me was taken away from me.
Wow, the nurse took away your choice because she saw a penis and called you a boy? Well, that's probably because you're a fucking boy, moron. And look, you still made it here to become this genderqueer rep on YouTube. Doesn't seem like the nurse did much at all except call a spade a spade.
We don't even view that as something that's hurtful or violent or mean to a child.
Whoa, whoa, slow down there, tranny boy. Calling a boy is hurtful, violent, and mean to a child? I don't think so. And it's most certainly not violent. Nice try couching that word in the middle there, but you're not sneaking that past me. This is just classic liberal wordplay. Anything they don't like is described as violent. Any words they disagree with are supposedly violent. No, bitch. Violence is violent. Unless that nurse spanked you or cut you with a scalpel, she wasn't being violent. She was doing her job. And in hospitals, they follow these things called medical practices. They use things like science and experiments to figure out how bodies work. It's not about feelings in a hospital, it's about facts. So don't knock the nurse for just following normal procedures, one of which is when babies are born, they're identified by gender and weight. Just because you ended up having some weirdo, fucked up gender dysphoria later on, doesn't mean the nurse or doctor were fucking violent to you at your birth.
I had so many feelings of my gender not working. So much of my childhood was about fear. It was about being scared of, oh, what happens if my true self just slips out for a second? And everyone learns that I am this feminine person. What if people learn who I truly am? I don't think I could survive it.
Hey, I'll recognize that problem. Having confusion about your gender sounds pretty terrible. I can feel for someone who has to go through that. The only thing I would say though is, the onus is on the individual here. They're the ones who need to gain the strength and courage to rise up and figure their shit out. It's not on everyone else. It's not the nurse's fault for gendering you, and it's not the world's fault for using words like he or she. If you have gender issues, that's on you, unfortunately. As harsh as it may seem, that's just the truth. And let's not pretend that transgenders are the only ones that have growing pains when they're kids. Everyone goes through their own shit when they grow up, and some people have far worse problems than deciding whether or not they want to dress like a boy or girl. And on the flip side, there's plenty of trannies that grow up fine and problem-free. Let's not pretend they're all poor little helpless victims of society. I know if I was trans, I wouldn't want to be coddled like that.
I always wanted to play with Barbies. I mean, it's like so classic. And so I got my own Barbie. I tried to hide it and sort of like not let my brother know that I had it and not let the kids in the neighborhood know that I had it. And one day they found it. They like cut off my Barbie's hair and like pulled off her head. Oh my God, it was so traumatic because it was like, we found out your secret is not okay, and you need to change who you are.
If someone messing with your toys as a kid was this traumatic, you have bigger problems than proper pronouns. You sound like a sensitive little bitch to me. No offense, but this kid probably needed a father or some kind of male role model, not proper gender pronouns. This guy is just a hypersensitive little snowflake. He wants attention, clearly, and he thinks he's special, obviously. I mean, the guy thinks he's above the gendering of babies at hospitals. Like he should have gotten a neutral gender because reasons?
The older people in my life, the adults in my life, were incredible. And I think that's why I knew I was gonna be okay. Because if they could be good to me, I knew that eventually my peers would figure it out.
So you may have noticed already, but I've avoided commenting on appearances in this video. I've gotten a number of comments telling me recently to stop being petty, don't use ad hominem, and don't comment on their looks, it takes away from your point. Shit like that. Well, you asked for it, you buzzkills. This is me not commenting on this guy's looks. You'll never get to know what I think of his looks here, in this business casual outfit with a blazer and shoulder pads. Are you happy? You'll never get to hear what I think of this colorful dress and his high heel sandals here. Is this better? Am I doing better now? Did you want to know what I thought about all his body hair in this master shot here? Well, if you disagree with this, comment below because right now the naysayers have me backed into a corner, so to speak. Apparently I'm not supposed to comment on the visuals of fucking videos now, like we're in radio. It's come to that. Even though it does clearly state in my About Me section that I review bullshit videos and I'm also a style blogger. That's really been in there this whole time.
That was when I finally understood that being genderqueer and gender nonconforming did make me like part and parcel of the trans community.
Things are going great there. I'm having a wonderful time. As I'm gay, but as you can see, I'm also pretty queer. I mean, I'm wearing lipstick right now and I have this glittery nail polish that I love so much.
I'm not really sure what the difference is between queer and gay. I tried looking into it on Google, but things just got more confusing and convoluted. I guess it doesn't really matter. What I do know is this guy is an obvious attention seeker. He loves it almost as much as he likes to think he's different and special. It's pretty pathetic, because it looks like all he's got going for him is fucking dudes while wearing dresses. He's got no talent or skills, or a cool job or kids, nothing to make him feel special, so he just falls back on his sexual and clothing preferences. It's kind of sad, actually.
The spectrum of gender nonconforming people is so brilliant and unique.
Keep telling yourself that, buddy.
You know, there are some people like me who want all of the gender. I just have like so much gender. Like I want it all.
Actually, you don't. When you say you want it all, you really just want all the good things from both sides, from both genders. You want the strength and confidence that comes with being male, but you don't want to do the work and the protecting and stuff. You want the cute dresses and the attention that comes with being female, but you don't want to be nurturing, supportive, or to raise children. This douche just wants the best of both worlds, without working for it or deserving it.
You owe it to yourself to be patient with yourself and to be patient with people around you. Because as much as you want to, everything can't change overnight for you. But it's gonna get awesome.
Man, I have a lot to say about these pics, but I should really take the high road here like people keep suggesting. Don't comment on the looks. Don't do it, no bullshit. Commenting on looks and appearances is so lowbrow. It's beneath me. I have 190,000 subs. Ignoring freaks and geeks is definitely the way to go. In the end, YouTube is pushing yet another LGBT plus video, one which hardly anyone cares about at all. These gay tranny videos they push always get hella dislikes and hate comments. The people don't like it. The people don't want to see this crap anymore, YouTube. YouTube, but their liberal overlords still keep trying to shove it down our throats. Meanwhile, videos that people do want to see, like conservative commentators exposing the biased coverage of Charlottesville, well, YouTube takes those videos down, flags their channels, and all that bullcrap, despite the content being well liked and responded to highly positively. So with that said, at this point you really gotta ask, can YouTube even call itself YouTube anymore? Because they're taking down the videos that me and you like, while they promote the videos they like. Maybe we should use this pronoun game against them and call this shit their tube, or they tube, or maybe just JewTube. You know, there was a time just a few years back when creepy videos with drag queens like Jacob here, these were considered controversial. This degeneracy used to be the kind of stuff that was taken down for being offensive, not conservative viewpoints and things that liberals don't like. And I'm not saying we should take down this video now, but man, times have really changed. I blame Obama. What do you guys think? When will YouTube give this tranny shit up? Will they ever stop with their censoring and video burning of people they disagree with? And what the fuck's up with Jacob's gross, greasy haircut? Ah, damn it. Almost made it through the whole video. Anyway, comment your answers below, and thanks again for watching No Bullshit. We'll see you all next time. And in light of these new troubling developments, I highly suggest you guys join and follow my backup accounts, since the possibility of YouTube shutting me down is higher now than ever. Right now, my Patreon page is my official backup page, and you can follow me on Twitter for updates. I know the Patreon costs $1 a month, but it's really the only way we can stay independent here on the channel, free from Google's tyrannical reign. Please consider joining there if you want to make sure this show stays afloat in the future. Thanks again for watching. One more thing, I want to give a special thanks to these amazing Patreon supporters. You guys are the best. You guys went above and beyond the rest, and I love you so much for it. If anyone else wants to donate or join our Patreon crew, link in the description. Thanks again.